Hello, everybody. Today is the 17th of June, and we're going to tell the pen story. So let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now, there's a dog inside the room. I want to wave this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sneak, lick, or chew the slate. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog word, and the human is also correct in the human word. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'd be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom calls this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Eugene Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help civil refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table when there is no human, no dog or nothing to interact with. It is almost nothing, but as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes the pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time. What does this thing becomes? It becomes too thin, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing when there's no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. It is almost nothing. Come back to true self and we call it the emptiness. But because it's half the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone. So that is our first lesson, second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Yeah, I see this as the pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from our mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind have forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are spirits inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up, and cover this, and may see it for what had been planted early into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend said, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it. And it start leaving mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already been planted into my mind. And now it pop up, open up, and cover this, and made me see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what I knew they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both are correct, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of everyone or everything about you, and trust the potential whatever happened to you. And remember, every moment is the magical moment because in that very moment, anything can happen. And the third is, everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. And we don't blame anyone because in the end, you are the only one who can plant the seed into your mind. And the fourth lesson is how to create or manifest your dream life with with your dream life in a very social way. So first, we're gonna use the lesson number two, the emptiness and the potential to know, to realize our potential, to realize the potential of everything around us, so that we know what we want in our dream life, and then using that, we start planting those seeds using your word, your action, your thoughts with other people. So, for instance, if you want to have a happiness, then you plant the happiness into other people using your word, your action, your thought, helping other people being happier. If you want to have prosperity, using your word, your action, your thought, helping other people to get more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, making sure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping them to receive that. And then you're gonna helping them to receive that, and then use that is the way that you plant the seed, and then that seed will bloom, and then it's gonna come back to you with the sweet fruit, right? And the sweet result. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is actually I've been like yes I so the last week, the last 2 week, I've been focused in doing the course in doing the UBI this course, which and it's actually quite challenging, but I just keep doing it because I'm a girl, so I have to get that done. And so day by day, there were days that I work until 1:30, and I work straight from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. But then I realized that throughout that lesson, I learned that there are first, whatever that you do, I'm very fortunate that I'm be able to stick into that goal and get, and then everyone surround me, helping me getting that goal. Mm, And getting to the goal that I planned out. But the second one is that I know that I need to, what I could do and what I need to learn to better manage the time, to better manage my goal. So that it is something that I could achieve, but then it's not gonna affect too much into my family as well as my health. So and then no matter what happened, I think that I realized the importance of being balanced of what you want and what you can, knowing your limit, then that's knowing your boundary, so you'll be able to set that to other people. And I've been practicing that, and I'm feeling very grateful and think about whenever I talk about boundary, I always think about Melissa, an old coworker, and I just be very thankful to even though the time that we crossed path was very short, only a couple months, but I learned a lot from her, as well as I feel very fortunate that I be able to apply those lessons from her into my life, so I can have a more fulfilling life, the life that I actually enjoy, but it's also a worth it life as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye. Thank you. Ah, by the way, see, thank you. So thank you. And then, by the way, if by me sharing, telling you the pain story or sharing with you my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, or to anyone living things in this world or any other world with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Bye bye, dear.